To be infatuated and masculine at the same time is impossible. Ooh, that's a strange thing to say. How do you draw that conclusion, Steve? Well, if we understand where infatuation comes from, the primary function of the subconscious is to keep us alive. It's survival. When we experience something as a child and we survive it, it becomes a known experience that we are familiar with. And we're always drawn towards what's familiar. And we're always afraid of what we don't know, fear of the unknown. So when we become adults, we're drawn towards something that we've experienced as children, to the extent where we are absolutely enamored by someone who displays traits of something that we experienced when we were young. It might have been toxic, sure. Okay. It might have been dysfunctional, yes, but we get pulled towards it. And when we do such, we put these people, these girls, these women, on a pedestal and we lift them up high. And we lose our masculinity. Why? Because the wound that we are displaying, that we're triggered into, occurred when we were children. And we're men now, but as boys, we're not expected or even required to be masculine. We're kids. When we acquire a childhood wound, that child gets locked at that age. And when it gets triggered as adults, we get thrown back into the persona, into the problems as far as everything they experienced as it was exactly in that moment. So then how do you be masculine and infatuated at the same time? You can't, you understand? That's where it comes from. So when we are aware of our childhood wounds, when we learn what they are, what was it? My mother didn't love me the way that I wished she had. I was unseen, I was abused, I was beaten, I was neglected. So then we might be attracted to women who put us down, women who are emotionally unavailable, women who somehow display these traits, whether it was intended or not by a parent, that we wished was different, that we are desperate to appease in ourselves. These are unmet needs. And we're looking for a new partner to meet those needs for us. That's why we're drawn towards them. Whatever it is that we are aware of, that we survived and became the familiar toxic behavior of one of our parents, whether it was intended or not, let's not place blame. It's something that we acquired then as a pattern. It's a familiarity that we're drawn towards. And as soon as we become aware of it, we can do something about it. When we see ourselves, now the things that really make a big difference for us is when we're seen, heard, and understood. If we see ourselves, we see that child. And we see it in us as an adult behaving the same way. We hear our voice and saying, hold on now. We don't need to be subservient to this anymore. And when we understand the choices that we can make that may be different, we begin to feel differently about ourselves, and our relationship with ourselves is directly proportional to our relationship with everyone else. So let's deal with our relationship with our child, the one that acquired the wound. Once we've dealt with that wound, once we've released the emotion that was stored in the event that we've carried our whole life, suddenly we can step into masculinity, because we're no longer infatuated by that toxic behavior that's manifested into these women that we ought not to be attracted to, that are not good for us. Not to say that you can't potentially grow with a person of whom you are infatuated with, provided both of you have a mindset of growth. Both of you have a mindset of dealing with childhood wounds and closing those trauma loops. I hope this makes sense to some of you, that masculinity and infatuation do not go hand in hand. You cannot have one and the other. You deal with your childhood wound. You eliminate infatuation. You regain your masculinity.